I'm headed down to Chris's house with crawler ready so we can work on our competition Jeep, the one that I call the Kraken. Fixing to leave my house now. I got to make a couple stops on the way. One of those is for Utah's best donuts, in my opinion. And anybody else is entitled to have their own opinion. You know, who am I to tell them that they can have a wrong opinion? That's not me. So, all right, stay tuned. All right, so we're back in the car. Finished the last leg down to Chris's house. Got the donuts. Actually got 2 boxes. There's a dozen of the, nope, there's half a dozen chocolate raised, half a dozen glazed. And chocolate raised are by far the favorite. 2 feet, 4 buttermilk old fashions, 4 fritters, and 4 twists with glazed and chocolate raised down. Hit up the freaking Lehigh Bakery. No, I'm not paid. They're just that good. So we are putting in some extra cage parts. So Chris is doing the trans pan right now and replacing that because we beat the bejesus out of it.
Can you get me like a 13? Well, it's probably standard, right? So.
And then, so we're gonna get some few things done. See, we got new tires, new KOT. So give you guys a little insight as to how we did these. With the copes, and got one that's a tiny bit shorter, but the thing is good. Just a little bit more of a gap to fill in welding. You can see it there, looking good. So for the bottom bar, trusty Harbor Freight pipe bender. It's not great, but it doesn't suck either. So it's just a learning how to use it. A bunch of tiny bends at a time seemed to work for us. Like Chris was did some research on the best way to use it for us. We also bought this little coping jig, and this has really helped out. Tube goes in here through. You can set different angles from here, and then this goes right there. Got the bandsaw set up on the portaband, little table for the portaband. Makes it really nice and easy as far as that stuff is concerned. So between the portaband and then this little coping jig, it really helps out. It would make things a lot easier and a lot quicker than trying to cope those with the hand. So that is where we got with that. So you're on candid camera, bro. Well, these are a little trickier. Making some good headway today. Not as good as we'd like to. Ran into a couple snags with the tie rod ends being a different sized hole than the current tie rod. So that kind of was a bummer. Guess what? The old god said, Chris, you now get carpet tunnel. Shazam! You want to tell everybody at home what you're doing under there? Besides struggling?
Gotta do the one leg kick, tighten bolt process.
Yeah, you gotta get the one leg kick.
Okay, that's all. It's the only thing I worry about. That sensor kicking out. That sensor comes out of the pan a little bit, and we're to break that. So we'll have to keep the original plug in our bag just in case.
Okay.
But other than that, I think we're back on. We'll see how It's nice without being a deeper dish. It's higher.
I'm coming down.
There's more clearance.
Where are you coming right here? I'm just right here. So you see.
Because the other one was down here, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little more clearance.
Is that bolt in the back? What's that hole back there?
What hole? This?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a hole.
Just a hole? Look, that hole. So we put all the fluid in and it fucking just comes out that hole.
It looks like a casting hole or something. It's not threaded or anything.
Yeah. There's the double triangulated rear end, and you can see we got some jam nuts that are loose, and we got some driveline marks from dragging her. It's actually not as bad as I thought, though.
It's not horrible, no, but
Those are just some scratches. This shit'll buff out. And then this is my favorite part. The forest of zip ties holding on the brake lines.
you need to trim those.
No way. Look, that's classic. It's keeping it classy, bud.
Should we put them on the drive line?
Tink, 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 tink.
So we gotta do that next.
Oh, yeah. Except for the cat's out of the bag now, bud. I was recording.
Oh.
Good, he says. Yeah. So, yeah, let's tackle the fuel. Tell me what we got to do, because I still don't know.
We're replacing this whole unit with the fuel pump.
Okay, so this fuel pump's going away.
So we're removing this fuel pump, the pre-filter to that pump. This line will all change. We need to cap off because we won't use this supply line anymore.
Okay.
This return line we can keep or we can change. The new fuel pump. Holley. Here's the Holley new Sniper fuel pump.
Oh, that's the one that's got the NOS, huh?
Yeah, it's got NOS fittings right there.
Turbocharged NOSers.
So the cool thing to this integrated fuel pump is that it's an internal fuel pump, so it'll be way quieter than that loud Mamba Jamba. And this goes just right within your mounting, and it has your fuel spout. So we'll feed out from this spot out to our supply line. We can either choose to use the return line here or use the return line in the tank, doesn't matter. But we'll now have just a fuel all-in-one package deal. So we need to adjust the fuel pump to be at the right depth of the fuel tank. So I've already measured 11 3/4 inch depth. So now we'll measure from this flange all the way down to 11 3/4 to make sure. We'll probably give it just like a ½ inch or something. So at the bottom of here, there's a hydro mat, just a little tiny one. So it's this little guy. Basically, it's a pre-filter. So this will go onto the bottom of there, at the bottom of the tank.
Okay.
So,
cool.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's a lot quieter.
I don't even care about quieter because you can't hear it anyways with no exhaust.
It's true too.
With 6-inch straight pipes. Cool.
So,
that's exciting. All right, well, let's tear into it. First thing we gotta do. What's the first thing?
well, depends on how legit we want to do it.
What's the first thing? Come on, easy peasy.
Empty the tank?
No, disconnect the battery.
That too.
What is it? Half? All right, day 2 of the weekend. And you can see we've got the intrusion bars set up, tacked in place. So that'll go. Hopefully we'll get the seat bars done a little bit different. They're going to run from about here to here. You can see Chris is just finishing up the wiring, the new fuel pump, and the new hoses, and getting all that tightened up. So with all that, that new fuel line run. So next coming up is going to be the front diff cover and relocating of the ram. and making sure that's a little more straight. Get that all done. We do have the new trans pan is in. You can see the new trans pan, and so that'll go in. Oh, we're gonna tack a little bit on the steering, just so the steering wheel has no play for him, and tighten that down a little bit while he's driving. I think that's about it, huh? Odds and ends for today. And that's what we've got wrapped up so far. Alright, little progress report. As we're still going. We recruited some help. We also pulled Nick from Colorado in to help us out a little bit. So, progress report is we got the new dip cover. You can see Chris is working on it right there. And we actually have moved the hydraulic assist ram to the new Moto built dip cover there. We've got one rear coil bucket cut off, and we're going to put the bracket up on there. So that's the progress that we've made. It's been glorious. Nick's still going. Cutting off the old track bar mount.
Got that one already off.
Nice. And they're done. Chris filling up the transmission. We're getting it polished up for the night. New diff cover, tie rod replacement, ram replacement. Not replaced the ram, but moved it. And we got the new coil buckets in. It's hard to see because it's dark. New fuel pump in, can't see because it's dark.